All right. 3, 2, 1. We're live. Hey, this is Thistle Pedersen. I am in the lovely WLRN studios here in downtown Madison with Katie Jean, who is joining us from a remote location. Welcome, Katie Jean.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I had the signal coming in from YouTube at the same time as coming in from WLRN. But I've been looking forward to TERF Tea Time for a long time, Thistle. I'm sure you've got a great lineup planned for us, and I will be working the chat moderation in the meantime to make sure that we have a friendly chat channel for women to participate in on YouTube.
Yeah, awesome. So we are going to have a comment section towards the end of the show. We won't be putting comments up on the screen, but you can interact with Katie Jean all you want as we MadTown TERFs here from the WLRN studios, lovely WLRN studios, as we broadcast live our variety show. So it looks like we've already got 10 people in 11 and counting people in the live audience. And we also have a live studio audience here in Madison. And I'm going to just say goodbye to Katie Jean, and we're going to start our show. Thank you, Katie Jean, for being here. And now I'm going to read you some fan mail that I got a couple of weeks ago from a man who lives in Madison. The title of the piece of mail is "Your Music!" exclamation point. I have 175 Facebook friends in common, Madison friends, with this person. And he starts out his fan letter. "Why are you such a hateful person, Thistle? Why do you hate struggling people? Why do you need to misgender people? I think you might be a trans person yourself, hence your vicious attacks against our most vulnerable people, bullied, beat up, and murdered by people like you. I've seen you play music at Mr. Roberts. You are an extremely low-level talent, but for hate, A++++. So I just wanted to thank that fan out there. He was kind of an inspiration for the TERF Tea Time theme song that I'm going to sing now. And then maybe some ladies will join us here in the studios for tea. We are TERFs, we drink tea. We talk about who's a he and who's a she. And nobody dies, though some tears they made me cry. But nobody dies, that's just a lie. Nobody dies. Women gathering is not a happening for fear and hate. We just want to be free, so with dignity, so we can speak and we can see each other's faces in our places. We just want to be free. Oh, we are TERFs, we drink tea, we talk about who's a he and who's a she, and nobody dies. Okay, so welcome to TERF Tea Time. I think it's about time for us to go into Studio B here. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to just talk a little bit. Let me put my guitar down. About this nice t-shirt you see. It was designed by Margaret. She's part of our WLRN collective, and it's kind of a play on the original t-shirt that we did in 2016 by Celine Michaels. But this time it's got kind of like an old-fashioned 1970s WLRN lettering, and then also an old-fashioned microphone. All of this is available on our merch page, which is you can click on at WLRNmedia.com. So I just wanted to let you know we do have a new merch line, classic WLRN t-shirt, and then also this new design. And let's find out what the ladies in Studio B are talking about as they sip their tea.
my TERF friends, people that I know
Can they
who
start?
understand the difference between a man and a woman, and
That's
aren't
right.
afraid to say so. So that's kind of a nice thing.
That's right. It's nice to be here where it's safe and peaceful, and people are not threatening us, they're not harassing us. It can get pretty violent when we're out on the streets.
Yeah, well, there's some people that like to say no TERFs on our turf, for instance, as if we are not allowed to be on the street simply because we understand what a woman is, which is kind of scary. And of course, Thistle has found out all kinds of things about this. With she's been canceled, had been fired from jobs, or banned from the radio station that's supposed to be a community radio station, which is how frustrating is that? Yeah.
No, yeah, turfing up MadTown is not for the faint of heart. It's serious business, and there's a lot of risks that come with it, which really sucks, and there shouldn't be, because it's very simple logic. Men can't be women, but yet we lose our jobs over this. We were threatened, we're harassed. So it's nice to have a space where we're here, we're all with women, and we can, oh, who is that?
I think, I think we have an anonymous MadTown TERF who is just showing up to the studio. Isn't that exciting?
Well, let her in. Seems we have a guest.
Yep, but you can keep having your
Okay.
conversation, yeah.
Well, anyway, this is why we're gathered here today. TERF Tea Time is a place where women can gather and we can discuss these ideas. We can inform all you fellow TERFs watching about the reality of trans ideology. And so should we hand it over to Emily Faye with the MadTown Beat? She'll be discussing some local news updates for us.
And meanwhile, let's welcome our anonymous MadTown TERF who just walked into the WLRN studio. All right, TERFs, I've got the MadTown TERF beat. Last month, trans activists successfully bullied the owners of Delta Beer Lab in Madison, Wisconsin, into canceling a Harry Potter trivia night. After receiving a baker's dozen negative comments on an Instagram post promoting the trivia event, the owners updated the post canceling the event and apologizing for making people feel unsafe. One woman who wishes she was a man has been in a same-sex marriage for at least 7 years commented on the original post saying, "Let us not forget that a lot of the TERFs who love J.K. Rowling are also a part of the queer community and believe that the T should be removed from LGBT. So this event could very well end up being pretty TERFy, not a safe place for us." Unfortunately, for idiots that believe that anyone who disagrees with their worldview is trying to kill them, Hogwarts Legacy, the newly released video game based in the world of Harry Potter, has sold over 12 million copies and is expected to be the best-selling video game of the year. According to trans activists, all 12 million people who bought the game are hateful Nazi bigots who are literally committing genocide against trans people. Delta Beer Lab is owned by a straight couple whose weird sex thing is cosplaying as lesbians in public. In related news, a St. Vincent de Paul beloved secondhand store on Willie Street here in the Mad City made a decision last fall to keep their Harry Potter merchandise on the shelf, but to apologize and make clear to folks, spelled F-O-L-X, despite the word folks already being gender neutral, St. Vinny's management just wanted everyone to know that they disagree with the author J.K. Rowling, but that her merch would still be available for sale at the stores. Most of the 26 comments on the public St. Vinny's Facebook page post are hidden, but this last one, written by feminist Dawn Odell, asks a key clarifying question. Which views specifically did J.K. Rowling express that you disagree with? This past Friday, East High School in Madison hosted a student-directed drag show
1 month after it was originally canceled due to threats from Christian extremists. Over 175 community members bought tickets and attended the show. The show was put on by the school's Gender and Sexuality Alliance, which used to be called the Gay Straight Alliance until trans activists took over. Speaking with local media, an East High School teacher and advisor of the GSA said, "For me personally, when I was in high school 10 years ago, this would not have been a reality. I was deeply closeted, and the fact that we have enough students to even organize this gives me so much hope that our community will continue to thrive and survive." The teacher, who is trans-identified but clearly a straight woman married to a man she's been with since middle or high school based on her alarmingly public Facebook profile, went on to make the insane claim that, quote, drag is where LGBTQ plus history began, something only a straight person who literally knows nothing about gay history would have said. In the biggest case of, yeah, that sounds about right, the former White House staffer who was fired after being arrested for stealing a woman's luggage, and after media coverage of that arrest was charged with stealing a different woman's luggage from a different airport the previous year, has been accused by a third woman of stealing her luggage in 2018. The victimized Tanzanian fashion designer posted multiple photos on social media of her unique designs side by side with pictures of that creepy fucking dude wearing the same clothing and jewelry to public events while he worked for the White House. Of course, any decent TERF who knows what an autogynephile is in no way surprised by this man's brazen and perverted behavior. Because it's not about wanting to wear women's clothing, it's about wanting to wear a woman's clothing. No doubt with time and continued media coverage, more women will come forward with similar proof of their luggage being stolen and personal items being used for this man's fetish. And that is the TERF news here in the Mad City for this TERF Tea Time edition. And next we're going to be hearing some songs from Thistle.
All right, so here I am in Studio B, and some of you might know that, was it just last summer? Yeah, no, it was the summer before. I was on a bike camping trip in Michigan in between Michigan Women's Music Festivals when I got a call from the police saying that they wanted me to come into the station, and they wouldn't tell me over the phone why. And then I talked to a lawyer, a feminist lawyer who happened to be at MFR, the Michigan Family Reunion, where I was hanging out with hundreds of TERFs. And she gave me advice, and she was like, just don't, just ignore the police, And I ignored the police, but then they kept calling and calling. And one time I did pick up. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to the station, but can you tell me what is going on? And he said that I was being charged with disorderly conduct with a hate crime enhancement for allegedly putting up a TERF Collective sticker on State Street, which is sort of like Hyde Park. If you know anything about London, Hyde Park is where they do speakers' corners, and they have been for over 100 years. It's like the place where people express their opinions and debate the issues of the day. Well, State Street is very much like that. And so I put up a Venus symbol. I put up a TERF Collective sticker allegedly on State Street, and it turned into a big conference that we had last spring, and also I wrote a song. So this is for you, Jessica Gonzalez, founder of the TERF Collective, and for all those TERFs out there, all of those women out there who are riding bicycles and just having a good time around the city. I got a pocket full of TERF Collective stickers, and I'm riding my bike through the city. I look up and see power lines and cars, but also the flowers so pretty. Yesterday was 90, today it's 45. The fronts keep rolling in, and from the seat of my bicycle sisters, I tell you, it's starting to look rather grim, but I will ride on to see what I see. I will ride on to be free, 'cause the simple act of motion paired with symmetry, it'll put your mind at ease. Don't worry, sisters, I know how to move like the breeze. You just keep paddling forward and you don't bother to look behind. Pretty soon, friends, there'll be stickers of every kind. Yeah, I will ride on to see what I see. I will ride on to be free. 'Cause the simple act of motion paired with symmetry, it'll put your mind at ease. Oh, but I don't mean to say it gets easier as you go along. No matter how you play, something easily could go very terribly wrong. And it does. Just 'cause. Oh, but I have got to be free to fly high with the breeze. My mind will always be free. Soar high, high with the breeze. So now I got a pocket full of TERF collective stickers, and I'm riding my bike through the city. I look up and see ridiculous TRAs, but also the women so sturdy. Yesterday it was freezing, today it's boiling hot. We all know how this will end, but if we band together and have each other's backs, sisters, I know we're gonna win. So let's keep riding on to see what we see. Let's all ride on to be free. 'Cause a simple act of motion paired with symmetry. I said a simple act of motion when it's paired with symmetry, it'll put your mind at ease. Let's put our minds at ease. Minds at ease. Oh, thank you. The studio audience, thank you so much. All right. So I'm going to do just one other song. I've lived in Madison a long time, most of my life, and I used to live on the east side near the airport, and also I would hear the F-16s overhead, and this was right when the U.S. had invaded Iraq and was fighting the first, it was the second Gulf oil war, and it was right before I took off on my bicycle. I sold my worldly possessions, quit my job, and took this guitar on a bicycle in a trailer, and I toured the United States, and it's called We Are More, and I feel that, like, with all of the climate change that is happening, and car culture that leaves millions of animals dead on the side of the road every year, and humans that are killed in car crashes. I just wish we had used our opposable thumbs for something else. We're an unsuccessful species, yeah, we're gonna die. And now there's not much time left, but not for you, not for I wish I'd woven a basket while I was still here. I wish I'd listened closer to the waters running clear. But no, I drove my car straight into the sea. And now there's not much time left, not for you, not for me. But hey, you, hey, yo, hey, yo. I woke up every morning to planes flying overhead. Thought I was dreaming, but no, it was real. Burning up the skies while I just lie there in bed. And now there's not much time left. Gotta take a stand instead. You know, peace is more than the absence of war. As co-creators, we're so much more than an unsuccessful species just running off a cliff, launching lifeboat madness on a collective sinking ship. The sea keeps getting closer, yeah, our poor guy on the deck. And now there's not much time left, but there's enough time yet to be more. You are more. We are more. We are more. Great, thank you. Yeah, so thanks for listening to my songs. And now we are going to hear from another anonymous MadTown TERF. She's got a report for us called This Never Happens. Take it away in Studio A.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to This Never Happens, a segment in which we talk about things that never happened. First, we have a rape shelter for women in Vancouver that was vandalized by transgender activists who nailed a dead rat to the door and wrote violent comments on the windows and walls, such as "fuck TERFs" and "kill TERFs." Next is Mitchfest, a historic female-only music festival geared towards fostering female solidarity and a community towards lesbians, which was shut down after harassment campaigns from transgender activists. It begs the question, why can't women and lesbians have and want a space of their own? Do women exist for men? Do we exist to be within access of men, to be gazed upon by men? Why is it not enough for a group of women to say they want a space to get together, to be alone and connect, away from patriarchal influences? Could it be that such gatherings threaten patriarchal structures, so we must be suppressed by any means possible? Look at this, such progressive times we are in, to see the fall of a 4-decade-long cultural pillar for lesbians and feminists. But of course, it does not stop there. They are killing our lesbian sisters and their families, while they steal from and destroy our spaces and culture. While they ask us to be their allies, to put their needs and comfort first, they are murdering our sisters. Dana Rivers is a trans-identified male and a prominent trans activist from California who is a part of the campaign against Mitchfest. He is guilty of murdering Mitchfest attendees, Patricia Wright, Charlotte Reed, and their adopted son. Next, we have a group of trans activists that vandalized a women's restroom with violent and sexual messages at a university in Mexico. The source within the school says that this washroom had been once considered one of the safest for women on the campus, against whom sexual assault is so common that the university had to install emergency buttons inside the cubicles of women's washrooms. How can one justify sexually harassing vulnerable women? How is terrorizing women activism? And how has the progressive left come to align themselves with such a movement? Next is a trans-identified male who was accused of raping a female inmate at Illinois' largest women's prison. Her accusations against him were suppressed and punished to cover up the incident of a trans-identified man raping a woman in a women's jail. Her safety was disregarded to protect the image of the prison and of the males. This trans-identified male, convicted of sex crimes, sexually assaulted women after being moved to a female prison. It must be so easy to advocate for putting males convicted of sex crimes into female prisons when you yourself have the privilege of walking free. It must be so easy to speak on behalf of imprisoned women who cannot vote or even advocate for themselves. It must be so easy for you to use the privilege of your voice to choose for them whether or not they are safe from male violence. Here, vulnerable women at a domestic violence shelter were forced to take group showers with a trans-identified male who sexually harassed them. So where are homeless women supposed to go to be safe from male violence now? It must be so easy to take safe spaces from homeless and vulnerable women when you yourself have the privilege of a roof over your head, a reprieve from sexual violence perpetuated by male strangers. And here are more things that never happened. A man commits rape because of his gender identity crisis. A male convicted of sex crimes no longer deemed a threat after gender change. a convicted pedophile demanding a sex change and to be switched to a women's prison. Tell me, what do women stand to gain from this exactly? Why would we want to call these men our sisters? Why would we stand with a movement that puts rapists in our bathrooms with little girls and in our prison cells and women's shelters with our most vulnerable adult women? Radical feminists have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to male violence against women. One woman raped by a trans-identified male in a women's shelter, bathroom, or prison is one too many. Why can we not have a third gender-neutral space? Women fought for female-only spaces. You can fight for a trans-identified space without eroding women's sex-based rights. Now, let's take a look at the sorts of messages young gay children are receiving from their progressive Gen Z peers on the internet who love gays and are totally going to change the world. So progressive to tell people that they must relinquish their sexual boundaries to be good allies. If you do not sleep with trans women, you're not a lesbian, you're a vagina fetishist. Genital preferences are transphobic. Why are so many cis lesbians so precious about their vegetarian, pussy-eating, not getting pregnant, dictose intolerant jokes? Like, just say you hate trans women and move on. So it's a crime to not like dick, and this is the hill they're gonna die on? Not getting your dick sucked is oppression, and women liking women are perverts, deviants, and fetishists? How is this any different from men's rights activism and homophobia? The cotton ceiling, bigoted sex hang-up, transphobic to not date trans-identified males? Any attempt to bring politics and activism into the dating world is a red flag. Here's a crazy thought. I don't have to sleep with anyone I don't want to sleep with for any reason ever. You don't make societal change by who you choose to sleep with. My body isn't a charity free-for-all. I'm not a gender validation machine or a gender euphoria provider. I'm a human being with desires and boundaries that should be respected. I don't exist to sexually cater to special gender feels of narcissistic males. It is clear now that Christianity is out and purity politics are in. Homosexuality and sexual agency for women aren't sins anymore, but they are transphobic, so women and homosexuals will be hated all the same. Isn't it funny how the words change, but the conditions for women and homosexuals stay the same? Now, let's think. Who benefits from making women feel guilty for turning down sexual advances from males? Males who want to violate women do. Seriously, look at this. The cotton ceiling, a term dedicated to describing the phenomena of a male not getting with whatever lesbian he wants. And I'm supposed to feel bad for them when these are the problems they advocate for, not getting in my pants, not getting into the pants of my sisters who want nothing to do with them? Tell me, how are these males any different from incels? Lesbians don't exist for you, and you cannot make us validate these delusional men. Anyway, I sure am glad that this is all stuff I don't have to worry about, since it never happens. And now we're going to listen in on a conversation between two normal and well-adjusted individuals.
Yeah, I've never actually heard that.
Well, it's true. And buying any Harry Potter merchandise is supporting her, which is basically supporting Nazis and calling for the death of all trans people.
Wait, so what did she say?
She basically said that all trans people are rapists and should be put to death.
Okay, but what did she actually say?
Okay, yeah, like I said, she pretty much called for the genocide of trans people. So, like, buying her books or, like, merchandise or this video game is literally supporting genocide.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that does sound crazy. I guess I'm just trying to understand, because I really feel like I'm missing something here, like what she actually said.
Why does that matter? Like it's kind of sus, actually, that you want to read all her hateful bigotry. Like, why would you want to read about trans kids, like, dying?
Well, I mean, I don't want to read about people being hurt. I'm looking to understand. I just want to be informed, is all.
Well, like, I'm telling you, I'm informing you that she is a hateful TERF bigot who is literally raising money from the sales of Harry Potter stuff to genocide trans kids.
But what did she say?
You're a TERF!
Okay. Hi, welcome back. So I don't know why it got darker over here, but it kind of did. And we are now going to take a few moments to look at the comments section. Katie Jean, what have the comments been like?
Hey Thistle, yeah, back to me. Just really a great conversation among a group of us women who've known each other well from the comments thread, and we are enjoying the format. You've got Turf Mail says, love this format. It feels like herstory. I was there when, and so on.
Nice.
So that was a nice comment. And also, let's see. We're just commenting about the situation at large and what women have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So
Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
thanks to all the women that were participating in the chat on YouTube.
Yes, thank you so much. It looks like we've had almost 30 people out there online today watching us. Thank you for watching, and we're gonna end with I've got a song for you, Katie Jean.
You do? Well,
yes.
And let me just chime in. I've got one comment at hand here. Connie said that this song is helping me get my work done. Thank you, Thistle. So Thistle, you're definitely going to want to scroll back and rewind through the comments and read, because there was a lot of positive feedback about your music. And I want to echo that too, because I think your music is really great.
Thank you so much. And the reason why I'm playing this song today is because we did have another MadTown TERF who was signed up to do poetry at the end, but she wasn't able to make it. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll end with this song. And you and I have discussed this song. This is an anthem, I feel, for teenage girls who the CDC just recently reported that over 60% of, I think they surveyed 17,000 teenage girls. They did a scientific survey, are reporting that they are feeling major feelings of depression and even suicidal. And I feel like our friend Taylor Swift kind of wrote a song that's become an anthem for a nation. And I'm going to just try my hand at it here.
Heck yeah, I'm for that.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. We also have the lovely Margaret in the background with her hand drum. I don't know what it's called. It's a steel drum. A steel drum. But she's not going to join us today. But as TERF Tea Time develops, there's a place for you, sisters. If you play a drum, if you play a violin, if you play the cello, whatever, come on to TERF Tea Time and show us what you've got. In the meantime, this is for you, Katie Jean, and all the teenage girls and all the girls and women out in America who are struggling with depression. I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Midnights become my afternoons. When my depression works the graveyard shift, all of the people, I ghost and stand there in the room. I should not be left to my own devices. They come with prices and vices. I end up in crisis till old as time. I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, 'cause you got tired of my scheming. For the last time, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. Sometimes I feel like everybody is a sexy baby, and I'm a monster on the hill. Too big to hang out, slowly lurching toward your favorite city. Pierced through the heart, but never killed. Did you hear my covert narcissism? My disguise as altruism, like some kind of congressman. I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll and life will lose all its meaning. For the last time, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. I have this dream, my daughter-in-law kills me for the money. She thinks I left them in the will. The family gathers round and reaches it, and then someone screams out, she's laughing up at us from hell. It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. It's me, hi, everybody agrees, everybody agrees. It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. All right, yeah, so Taylor Swift, don't underestimate her. She is amazing. She is such an amazing songwriter. I feel like she's got her finger on the pulse of our nation. And I'm really excited that I got to share that song with you. And now we're going to end with a rousing round of our TERF Tea Time theme song. And could you grab the mug that's on the coffee table over there? Yes, get your mugs
I
ready.
totally have my mug handy here. This is a gift from my son. He loves me.
The TERF and yeah. Oh, that's a very nice. Oh, that's a gift from your son.
Yeah, isn't it good?
Like it's right over there.
Classic
Yeah,
love
Margaret,
your mom
go ahead, show
coffee
that.
mug.
If you want to.
WLRN.
And I love you too, son. Just want you to know.
Yeah. And then I've got my mug here.
We've got a WLRN mug. We got a
available on the WLRN media.com page.
I
And
did
thanks
post the merch
again. We
link.
will
I'll do that again.
TERF Tea Time episode 3 on an internet near you in the near future. We are TERFs. Wait. Sorry. I'm in the wrong key. Okay. We are TERFs. We drink tea. We talk about who's a he and who's a she. And nobody dies, though some tears they made me cry, but nobody dies, that's just a lie, nobody dies. Women gathering is not a happening for fear and hate. We just want to be free with dignity so we can speak and we can see each other's faces in our places. We just want to be free. Oh, we are TERFs. We drink tea. We talk about who's a he and who's a she. And nobody died. All right, thanks everyone. Happy Sunday.